Hey everyone, excited to be back for this week's edition of Frequently Asked Questions for Commercial Real Estate. In today's video, what I want to do is talk about a term that is commonly used within the commercial real estate industry, and that is what's known as what exactly is highest and best use. Now, before we dive into this video and explain what that term means and how it's utilized within the industry, I would really appreciate it if you like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm and ensures more and more people can hear this message and learn about the many facets of commercial real estate. So now that you've done that, go ahead and like and subscribe below. Let's go ahead and dive right into this episode. All right, so what exactly is highest and best use? And why do commercial real estate agents and really people in the industry use it quite regularly? Essentially what it means is that it is the reasonably probable or legal use of vacant land or a building that is physically possible, appropriately supported, and financially feasible that results in the highest value. So that's a mouthful. Essentially what it means is that the use of that particular property or parcel is its highest use, meaning that it will achieve the highest value for that particular property. So now let's run through some examples to explain what exactly that means. So within the last several months, I listed a 13,000 square foot daycare facility. So this daycare facility has classrooms, it has like the little toilets for children, it has a kitchen, a break room, etc. So the highest and best use for that property would likely be a daycare, because if you wanted to convert it into some other use, it would likely require a significant amount of capital expenditure, and that may or may not result in a significant increase in value of that particular property. Along with that, the zoning for that property only supports either a daycare use or other form of residential use. And a residential use would not achieve the same value that you could achieve through being a daycare facility. So in that example, the highest and best use for that particular property is a daycare facility. Another example that may be common within the market may be, imagine a residential property in a very heavily trafficked area with a lot of retail around it. You probably have seen this in your market as well. There's just a one lone residential property, and then around it is like, strip centers or car washes or you name it, it's around it. So that particular property may be zoned commercial and allow for a retail use, but there's a resident there and they've lived there for a long period of time. Well, the highest and best use for that property is likely not a residential use. It's likely some sort of retail use, because there's high traffic, great visibility, and it's already surrounded by a lot of retail. So if you're a developer, you could look at that property and say, okay, it's not the highest and best use for that property is not residential. I'm going to buy that property, likely tear down that residential property, and then build some form of strip center or some other retail use on site. So that's just an example. Those are just some examples of what highest and best use is, and it gives you an understanding of how the vernacular is used in commercial real estate, so that you can, pick up on what people are saying as you're going through the process of identifying properties for either your business use or investment use. So hopefully you gain some value from this video. If you like this channel, I would really appreciate it if you could like and subscribe. It helps with the YouTube algorithm and ensures more and more people can hear this message. If you're in the market to find commercial property, whether that's to buy, lease, or sell your commercial property in the Louisville metro area, feel free to reach out to me. My number is 502-536-7315, or you can reach me via email at Raphael@grisantigroup.com. I'd be happy to be your real estate advisor in the area. So thanks again for stopping by, and we'll see you all next week.